officially. Recording in progress. I'm going to get rid of my video because you don't need to see me. Right, let's talk 6-week challenge. Super excited. I don't know about you, but I feel like I actually need this challenge. Look, let's say post last challenge went a little off this way. You can't see me because my camera's off. A little left of the straight track. So I'm excited to get back on track. And look, there's a lot of Christmas do's and things coming up, and it's coming up to summer. This is usually our biggest challenge of the year because it is your chance to, get summer ready, so to speak. And it's a nice opportunity to learn as well that you can still be on a challenge, but still have nights out and potential Christmas parties and things like that. So we'll show you that how to do that shortly. So those who've done this challenge with us before will know that it is all housed in the app. So you can see at the bottom of your app, everyone's got these 2 little lines in their app. If you were to click on that right now, it'll say challenge starts on the 30th of October. So if you register at www.fitstop.com/challenge. Now, the reason you have to go to a website to register and not through the app is that Apple and Google charge some ridiculous, it's like 21% or something, Fitstop tell us, that we'd have to put a surcharge on it for you for it to be in the app. So the way that Fitstop's done this is to do it through a landing page. So when you do that though, you pay for the challenge on the landing page, and these 2 bars on Saturday, actually this Saturday, the 23rd, what will happen is once you've purchased the challenge, this will unlock and you can start your onboarding experience with the challenge. Now, our challenge at Fitstop is a little bit different. Most challenges out there are really, really, really focused on nutrition. Ours has a nutrition component, of course, but our big focus of the Fitstop challenge is your performance. It's making you fitter, you faster, and you stronger, very specifically in the next 6 weeks. And we're going to be tracking all of this through the app and through your benchmarking. So we really, really want to keep you motivated during this challenge to hit your goals. Now, we're going to talk a little bit later on about what your goals could be, but quite literally, this challenge is whatever you want it to be. If you said to me, hey, Dav, I really just want to focus on my form and technique. It's not so important that I lift heavier, but I just want to get the technique right. Great, that's your goal. Hey, Dav, I want to lose fat. Great, that's your goal. I want to focus on my mental health. Perfect. I want to understand nutrition better. Perfect. I want to socialize with the community more. Perfect. This challenge isn't about us giving you a prescribed method and a prescribed outcome. This challenge is about you deciding, what do I want? What do I want to achieve in the next 6 weeks? What's important to me? And we set those as your goals in the app. And it's really important that they go into the app because we can see those goals on the back end. We can see what you're striving to achieve, which means we can help to hold you accountable to those goals as well. We're going to talk a little bit more about those very shortly. So what does this challenge get you? What do you get when you sign up to the 6-week challenge? Well, of course, as I said, it's in the app. We're going to go through a commitment and goal setting tool to help keep you on track and set you up for success. In the app, you'll also notice opportunities to benchmark. So for those who've done the challenge with us before, you will have tracked your benchmarks in the past. This is where you, on week 1 of the challenge, and I'll talk you through this very shortly, but week 1 of the challenge, you're in the gym lifting as heavy as you can lift in your bench press, your back squat, your push press, and your deadlift. We're also going to test your fitness. And if you would like to, you can test your time on a 5K run. All that is obviously optional. You're going to put that into the app and you're going to be told every week exactly the weight that you're going to put on the bar in a functional class. So whenever we do a deadlift, the app is going to tell you very specifically what you should be lifting that night in the gym. It's going to be very tailor-made to you. Now, I'm just being told that for some reason, the link isn't working, which is why we might be missing a few people. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm going to send this link. Got a few people missing, possibly because all right, I'm going to get this link up. So I'm going to talk you through the benchmarking a little more detail very shortly. The recipe library as well. So again, for those who've done this before, there are brand new recipes in the recipe library. Now the recipe library, you'll notice, has wonderfully beautiful, wholesome foods. This isn't a challenge where you have to eat chicken and broccoli in order to achieve your goals. This challenge is about sustainable, healthy eating habits. So it's about wholesome food. You'll notice that there are, sweet treats in there. There's burgers, there's pizzas, there's all sorts of beautiful, delicious food within this FitStop portal. And as always, there's new recipes which have been added for those who've done the challenge with us in the past. So we're going to go through the recipes a bit more detail very shortly. There's a new feature that works even better than that it did the last challenge, is our before and after photos. Completely up to you. You don't have to take before and after photos. We very, very, very much encourage you to do so because it's good for you to see yourself before and after. Sometimes what happens in challenges, and look, I can't even remember how many challenges as a member of a FitStop, and then I've lost count how many challenges I've done now as an owner of a FitStop. But sometimes I notice people can feel a little deflated because they maybe didn't achieve the exact goal that they put on paper. But they look at their before and after photos and realize, holy moly, I've changed in a really positive way. So it's a really good visual indicator of your progress in the challenge. So we very much encourage you to take these private photos just for you. And we're going to keep you on track. I'm going to talk you through our additional accountability tools very, very shortly. So the primary features of this challenge in the app is your commitment. And I'm going to talk you through step by step the My Commitment section. We've talked a bit about the performance where you can input your benchmarking. And you're going to do that in week 1 of the challenge. You're going to do it in week 6 of the challenge. And you're going to have a beautiful little graph that's going to show you your improvement. You're going to be asked to set some very specific goals. And I'm going to talk you through shortly the psychology of goal setting to make sure that you nail this goal setting process. You'll be able to see physically in the app your progress, because you will see a little graph that shows you how many seconds or minutes you've taken off your fit test, or how many more kilograms you've added to your lifts in the gym, and you'll see your progress, which is so satisfying. And of course, your nutrition. Nutrition for us is about fueling your body, and we're going to help you pick a meal plan based on your scan results. So there's a level of individuality about these meal plans to suit you uniquely. So let's look at the performance first. This is what we talk about when we talk about benchmarking for those who are new to FitStop or the challenge. So benchmarking, we start it on the 30th of October, which is day 1 of the challenge, and we do the fit test. We used to call it the fit benchmark because the test scared people, but who are we kidding when we called it fit benchmark? Everyone knew it was a fit test. It's not a test in that we're going to test you against everybody else. You are standing in a spot in the gym and you are working at your own capacity to complete a fit workout to the best of your ability. When you finish that workout, you're going to look at the time and you're going to record that time and give you some hints, perhaps the number of reps that you're able to do. You're going to record that into the challenge app. And then 6 weeks later, on the 11th of December, the end of the challenge, you're going to do the exact same workout again, and you are going to do it faster. You are going to be fitter from doing the challenge, and you're going to put that new time into the app, and you're going to see how many minutes and seconds that you've taken off of that initial time. In week 1, So for us, it'll be starting on the 1st of November. We will do our lifts, our functional benchmarking. So we will be benchmarking your back squat, your bench press, your push press, and a deadlift. So I haven't seen the programming, but typically Monday is back squat and bench press. Wednesday is our push press, and Thursday is your deadlift. This is your opportunity. The gym changes a little bit. We do longer stations, so we don't do 4 8-minute stations. We have 3 10-minute stations around the room. I think it's 3 10-minute stations, Rob. I can't remember for benchmarking. Oh my God.
Benchmark.
Yeah.
There's those.
Well, it's actually 14 minutes. 16. Oh my God, there you go. Whew, why did I say 3 10 minutes? It's you get 16 minutes to do your deadlift, and you get 10 minutes to do your push press, and you get a total of 16 minutes to do your squat and your bench. Yeah. So the room is set up a little bit differently for our benchmarking to give you extra time to focus on those lifts. And the idea is you're going to go 3 reps, so 3 squats, and you're going to get the most amount of weight that you can on that bar to do those 3 reps with good form, good technique. You're going to put that weight into the app, and then 6 weeks later, we're going to retest, and you're going to see just how much stronger you've gotten in 6 weeks. And then when you put your week 1 benchmarking results into the app, in week 2, 3, 4, and 5, the app is going to specifically tell you personally the weight that you should be using in class for that lift for every week in between. So if I do, for example, a 100-kilogram deadlift, the app, for example, on week 2 will tell me that I will need to lift 80 kilos that week. Now, I personally think this is possibly the best feature of the app and of the challenge. I know when I go into the gym to do a functional class, I tend to guess. Oh, I see what it kind of feels like, and I'm largely playing a bit of guesswork. But in this challenge, you're going to be specifically given the weight that you are to put on the bar. And they've calculated this because they know this is what's going to make you stronger. So it's a really, really fantastic feature and will get you the results that you want. Now, in the app, every single Sunday, there will be a 45-minute session called the Flexible Series, and it's going to give you a chance to stretch your body out every single Sunday. Now, on top of this, you have the optional extra to do your 5-kilometer time trial. The app will give you the option to do that. And we have posted, and I've put it into the Facebook group, but we're going to get together on Sunday after the fit test, so the 31st of October. We're all going to get together for those who want to. Obviously, you can do this in your own time, but if you want to do it as a group, we'll be down at Boyd Park on the 31st at 8 a.m. to do our 5-kilometer time trial. So let's have a look at what happens when the app opens up on Saturday, ready for you to onboard yourself into the challenge. So it'll ask you to fill in your commitment. From there, you're going to pick you're going to do your in-body scan with us. Scans are going to be available on day 1 of the challenge. And then we're going to be doing them the Thursday and Friday before the challenge starts, and then the Monday after the challenge starts. You'll have ample opportunity to get on that scanner. So we can input your details into the app. So you can choose a meal plan, which will unlock your recipe library. So here's what it looks like. Your commitment, you tell us, and yourself more importantly, what your motivation is for the next 6 weeks. Is it fat loss? Is there an event that's coming up that you want to, trim down for or muscle up for? Do you want to improve your routine? Are you wanting to improve your performance? What's your motivation? And tell us your why. Now, we really, really encourage you to dig a bit deeper when it comes to your why. Your why isn't to lose fat, for example. If I was your psychologist sitting in front of you, digging a bit deeper as to why you were losing fat, I'd probably uncover something like, I want to be able to run around with my children. I want to, for once in my life, have some self-confidence. I want to appeal to my partner. Losing weight is the very top of the iceberg. You need to dig a little bit deeper and find out why it is that you want to do that. So my advice to you, write down your why and then ask why you want to do your why. So you can dig a little bit deeper to really, really nail why you are doing this. It's going to ask you about your meals, how many times a week you plan to train, how many hours that you sleep or you would like to sleep in the next 6 weeks, and your goal of how much water do you want to be drinking. So you can start to actually hold yourself accountable to more things than just exercising in the gym. Then the recipe library. So your recipe library, it's going to ask you to choose a meal plan, and we're going to support you to pick a meal plan when we get you on the scanner and have a look at your base metabolic rate and your goals for doing the challenge. So it's really important that you do your commitment before you do your scan. We'll talk you through those meal plans. So basically, just to go back for a second, there's a couple of calorie options to pick from, and we're going to help you choose the calorie range for you based on your base metabolic rate in the scanner. All right, so that's something that we are going to talk you through when the time comes to pop you on the scanner. And of course, in the recipe library, it's going to open up, and the idea is that you eat any of the breakfast. You have a breakfast every day, you have lunch, you have dinner, you have a morning tea snack, you have an afternoon tea snack. You eat something from each of those categories every day. So you're eating 5 meals a day. And on Sunday's called Sunday Creation. You'll see in the Sunday Creation, it is something where you're just going to be a little bit looser. Think of it in the old school terms as like a cheat day. It's allowing you to recognize that being on a 6-week challenge doesn't mean that you deprive yourself. You create something absolutely phenomenal. In the app, there is burger recipes and nachos recipes. There's some delicious things. And for me personally, when I think of Sunday Creation, that's my night to go out. I go out for a burger. Rob and I often go out and we have Mexican because that's what's in the app. It's a chance to realize that you can still achieve your goals, even if you're eating something that maybe other people have traditionally referred to as a cheat meal or something that's not typically challenge friendly. Here's a few examples of some of the delicious food. Sausage rolls are my favorite. There's actually a couple of people have requested that old Robbie G brings back the Cooking with Robbie G and does the sausage rolls. Hey, Rob, watch this space. We're also moving house in this sort of middle of the 6-week challenge. So it's going to be a fun time for us. But look, the recipe library is really simple. Each recipe is 1 serve for 1 person. So, if you want 7 mixed berry overnight oats because you want 1 every day of the week, then you just times the recipe by 7. It's designed to be really simple and easy recipes to follow. Here's what the app looks like for your benchmarking metrics. So you will pop into the app and you'll scroll across, click on deadlift, type in what your current weight is, then you can type in what you want your goal to be. And then when you do your squat in week 6, you just replace the current one and you maybe reset a new goal. And each time you'll see this graph change and keep going up in time. It's quite beautiful. And the red line represents your goal. So it's always good to keep tracking your goals. So your goal might start at 60 kilos, but over time your goal increases as your ability to lift increases. Right, let's talk a bit about goals. It's really, really important that we get these goals down pat because we are going to hold you specifically accountable to these goals. So for those who don't know, and I've probably said it a million times, but I am a psychologist by trade. That's what I was doing all day today, was doing psychology with people. And this is something that we really do drive home to people is goal setting. Now, it's really important that your goals aren't fluffy. I talk about fluffy goals. Your goal for this challenge isn't to lose weight. That's not a goal. Your goal is to lose 3 kilograms of fat, for example. Your goal isn't to get fitter. Your goal is to knock 3 minutes off of your fit test. Your goal isn't to be happy. Your goal is to do 1 task every day where you bring a smile to your face. You know, you've got to be very specific with your goals. They can't be fluffy, what we call grandiose or big scheme. You've got to be very, very specific. You've got to be able to measure it. So if I said to you, your goal was to lose fat and you lost 1 kilo in 6 weeks, my question to you would be, would you be happy with that? Most people will say, oh, no, it was only 1 kilo. And I would say to you, well, you said your goal was to lose fat and you did. What we would uncover is that your goal wasn't specific enough and it was actually a goal that was unrealistic for you. It wasn't going to be the one that would make you happy. So please, please, please consider making your goals very, very specific. We will have a look through all of your goals, and when we find a fluffy one, we'll message you and say, hey, Dav, your goal is too fluffy. We need more specific stuff. We really want to hold you accountable to these very specific goals because we want to see you actually be able to measure them and achieve these goals in the time frame that we've got. Now, we always run events as part of our 6-week challenge. I hope the tech works okay here. There we go. There's our 5K time trial. If you would like to, it is incredibly challenging to do a group time trial at the end of the challenge. So we do encourage you to find your own time in that last week of the challenge to do your 5Ks. It's really difficult to find an appropriate time for everyone to do a run before Saturday, the 11th of December. So we always start off with one together. So the 31st of October down at Boyd Park, we will do our 5K time trial benchmark together. There'll be a member of the FitStop team there to guide you. Now, I've tried to put these in order of date. Saturday, the 6th of November in the gym, we're actually going to next level your technique. In the past, we've done a Tuesday night technique class that's probably been really targeted to our more beginner lifters. While there will 100% be activities and lift technique available at this class for those of you who feel you're in more of a beginner phase, absolutely, this is not something that you can't come to. But for those of our members out there who have been doing challenges for years or are pretty experienced in their lifting or, just feel relatively confident and you've heard the basics before and you want to next level this is the class for you. This is a master class. This is an hour and a half in the gym. Steve from the Joint Physio, he's a physiotherapist and strength and conditioning coach. Dean, our in-house FitStop trainer, is also a strength and conditioning coach, and they will both be taking you through some more advanced techniques to next level your training. So this is suitable for everyone from beginners, but we also want to make sure that those of you out there who have been doing this for some time get something out of this class as well. So that's going to be super, super special. I'm going to try and be at that one, but I'm pretty sure I have something on that day. Damn it. Actually, no, I do in the morning, but I'll be there because this class is going to be epic. These guys are really our FitStop training team. Whenever Steve speaks and comes and does professional development with our team, they all rave about how amazing he is and how much knowledge he has. So the trainers get his tick of approval. Oh gosh, it's lost. Sorry, there we go. Sorry, it's stuck behind. Our lovely Miss Nicole Byram from This Is Living. Nicole's a nutritionist for those who don't know. She's going to take us through how to get the most out of your nutrition in this challenge. The biggest feedback we get about this challenge is that our members feel a little bit, confused about the food and what to do and how to eat properly. And there's typically a lot of confusion around the food. So Nicole is going to do a bit of a Q&A and give you some tips and advice on how to get the best out of your nutrition in this challenge. I'm sorry, it's not working well for me. The next thing that we're going to be doing is our hike and breakfast. So we've done a beach boot camp in the past. This time we thought we would do something a little bit different to a boot camp at the beach, and we thought we'd go for a hike, which will be super, super lovely. And then we're going to have a picnic breakfast afterwards. So I'm looking forward to this one the most. I love the idea of getting out in nature. It's good for your mental health, but it's also going to be a really nice opportunity to sit down together and have a delicious, of course, challenge-friendly breakfast together. And then this one, crowd favorite, this is the one that you've all been asking for, is our boxing boot camp. So we usually do a yoga class, but we thought, you know what, instead of yoga, we're going to mix it up a little bit. So rather than yoga and beach boot camp, it's a boxing boot camp and a hike instead. So Sunday the 28th at 8 o'clock down at Boyd Park, Dino is going to take you through a boxing boot camp, and then we will shout you all coffee after the event. There's more events, but my screen is not being friendly. The final one is the end of challenge party, of course, which will also coincide with the gym's Christmas party. So Saturday, December 11th, it's an evening event. We've got a DJ coming, there's drinks available, there'll be dancing, lots of fun. We'll announce our winners and generally have a good old merriment time. Those of you doing the challenge, this won't cost you anything. For those who aren't doing the challenge, there will be a small cost involved. Right, finally, your accountability measures. We're trying to next level it. Every challenge we do, we learn from the one before, and we try and next level it for you. So this time around, we're going to have 3 separate Facebook groups rather than one big group, and they'll be led by myself, Rob, and then Nicole. And the purpose of those groups is to communicate to you. As you can appreciate, when we have a lot of people doing the challenge, it's important that you all receive your comms in a central place. So if you don't have Facebook, there are ways, of course, we can communicate to you. But what we do often ask you is if you create a FitStop specific Facebook profile just for 6 weeks, it would be super handy. But we'll be posting everything from the events that are coming, the mini challenges, the link to your accountability survey. It is our communication method, this group. What I've developed in the last couple of days is a mini survey. When I say survey, 30 seconds. But every week you're going to get sent a link and you're going to rate your progress, and you're going to confidentially report back to us any challenges that you are having. So it might be, hey, out of 10, I'm feeling 8 this week. My biggest challenge is meal prep, help. Hey, Dav, out of 10, I rate my progress this week as a 2, had a really tough week. I need some more accountability. So we can then actually give you what you need to stay on track and stay accountable. Now, we've learned this a lot over the years doing these challenges, is we cannot, and we won't, because it's not good for you, hold your hand the entire way through this. What we need to do is help you to learn how to do this on your own. That is the absolute best thing we can do for your long-term health and fitness. So what we need from you is to commit to filling in your accountability surveys so that we can help hold you accountable. What we can't do is force you to do these surveys. That would be hand-holding. What we need to do is stand beside you and support you, which we absolutely 100% guarantee that we will. Now, we'll also do scans, which I should have mentioned before. There'll be scans before, during, and after. So watch this space for the app. It'll have booking times for the scans. I'll pop them up very, very shortly. And a very, very last thing we'll talk about is winners. Yes, of course, there are winners. We announce a male and female transformation winner. Now, the transformation winner is literally calculated using a mathematical formula. There is zero bias in this. This is not about who's your favorite member and who's done something that's really inspiring. It literally is based on your performance in the gym, based on your scan results. It goes, look, I'm not a mathematical person, but it looks at the weight that you are, so your physical weight in kilograms, and how many kilograms that you lift overall in the beginning of the challenge, and the kilograms you lift collectively in the 4 big lifts at the end of the challenge. It looks at your weight before and after compared to what you're lifting. It looks at the minutes or seconds that you take off of the fit test. It doesn't look at the 5K time trial because that one's optional. And it plugs that data into a mathematical formula that gives us a number. And the person with the highest number for the males wins, the person for the highest number for the female wins. We love doing this mathematical formula because it takes any bias out of it. Literally anybody could be our transformation winner. So if you're super, super fit and super muscly and often those members in the gym will say, well, I can't win the challenge because I don't have any fat to lose. Well, actually, no, you can if you gain a little bit of muscle and you lift a little bit heavier. If you're already lifting quite heavy, the mathematical equation will take into account that your base is already quite high. If you have potentially a lot of weight to lose, or you're lifting quite gentle at the moment and you've got a lot of weight to gain, that doesn't necessarily make you a shoo-in for the Transformation Award either. It is literally the best method of choosing the most mathematically deserving winners for this challenge. We love this mathematical formula. Anyway, enough raving about that. We also do accountability winners. So myself, Rob and Nick will have a group each that we will be monitoring the communication. And we are going to be awarding a prize to each one team each week. The most amount of people who complete the weekly mini challenge. So let's say that there are 50 people per group, and Dav's group has 48 people complete the accountability task for week 1, and Rob's group has 40 and Nick's has 30. Then everyone in Dav's group will go into the draw to win the accountability prize. And look, these range from dining vouchers to supplements to massage and float vouchers. Each week it varies on the accountability prize. Literally all you have to do, it's ridiculously simple, is complete the mini challenge. And the mini challenge is as simple as posting a photo of your food, for example, or filling in your goals survey. Simple. They're not designed to be challenging. Every single person who's won our challenge in the transformation category has literally started the challenge, done all the mini challenges, followed the formula, and come out achieving incredibly amazing results. This is why we reward your accountability or your commitment to doing the mini tasks. Then finally, there's a trainer's choice. So this person is someone this is the Fluffy Award. We love this one because we get to pick someone who's done something that's inspired us, something that's been community focused, something that's been maybe a selfless thing that they've done to someone else in this challenge, just something beautiful and amazing that we just gush over. That's who we get to choose to get the cash trainer's choice. So there will be a prize pack. There'll be cash and prizes. I'm not going to tell you what it all is yet. We're still finalizing some of it, so we will reveal the prize soon. But I can assure you last time there was float vouchers, there was hard cold cash, there was sups, there was clothing, there was shoes. There was heaps of very cool stuff. So that's how we choose our winners. We've come to the end of me raving on about the 6-week challenge. If you haven't signed up, do it already. This challenge won't disappoint. We are very, very committed to making this the best challenge for you possible so you can achieve your goals. Now, for those of you still online, if you've got any questions, please, please, please go ahead and speak or type it. If you've got a question that you don't want to be broadcasted because obviously this is being recorded, just let me know and I can pause the recording for you. But otherwise, keep an eye out for the challenge groups. They'll pop up on Facebook very shortly and you will be added to those groups. To get added to a trainer, it's completely random. We'll draw your names out of a hat. So you can't choose to be in someone's team. It literally comes out of a hat. And let's have the best challenge possible. I'm excited. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for re-watching this, those of you who are going to watch this recording back. If you've got any questions at all after this recording, please, please, please send myself or Rob a message directly. Ask one of the trainers in the gym. We are here to answer all of your questions. Otherwise, have an absolutely fabulous, hold on, there's a question in the chat. Jody's excited. Yay. So are we, Jody. How exciting. All right. Have a lovely rest of your night. And I will see you in the gym, if not somewhere before. See you, team.